It was great, and that was our first taste of authentic Belgian fries, which for those who don't know, French fries, as we call them, don't actually come from France. They're actually originated in Belgium, and we learned about that on the food tour that we took the very next day with Charles from Do Eat Better, and that was a food tour that you found that we booked through Viator.
Yes, we did. And don't skip on the mayonnaise. They made homemade mayonnaise.
Oh, yes.
At that restaurant. And when you dip those fries in the homemade mayo, it's like a whole nother experience. And I love mayo. I don't know what they do to their mayo that makes it better, but it's better. But yes, I was really excited to do a food tour. As you guys know, if you listen, I love a food tour. I want to know the history. I want to know about the food. I want to know what you're known for. What do you make? What we do. And I loved Charles. I loved learning about architecture and the animation and all of the different things, like, you know, with the cartoons and the Smurfs, right? You know, like they have a lot of history in Belgium in so many different areas. So I really liked that tour because it was not just a food tour. I feel like a lot of the food tours really focus on just the food aspect, but we covered architecture. We went to churches. We talked about culture. We talked about art. It was such a great day, and we really lucked out, and I said it to you, and you were like, no way. I was like, what if it's just you, me, and the tour guide today? You're like, no way. And second time this has happened to us, we lucked out, and it was just us and a food tour guide that we both got to ask a lot of questions to, and we had their full attention, which is always really great because you get that really personal experience, and Charles was spectacular.
Yeah, we'll link to the tour in the show notes as well. It was hands down fantastic. We had 5 stops on the way, starting with croquettes all the way to ending with Belgian chocolate at like the place where the original praline was invented, basically. Along the way, we saw like a bar that was opened in like 1590 something. I mean,
it was the oldest one. He said it was the oldest like tavern in all of Belgium or something. We couldn't get in because it was closed, remember?
Yep.
But yeah, that was so cool to see the history and those forts and the castles. It was beautiful.
It was a really great way to learn more about the city itself and where it came from and the origins. I mean, it was fantastic. Absolutely loved the food tour.